Today we have a new old person Minecraft video. So watch, learn, and enjoy. This video is about allays, specifically how to transport them long distances. The allays were introduced in the 1.19 update. You can find them in Pillager Outposts or the Woodland Mansion. And they're quite charming. Useful little guys. But the problem is that if you have a world that existed before 1.19 and then you have already visited all your Woodland Mansions and Pillager Outposts, you're kind of screwed because there aren't going to be any allays in those. It means you're going to have to go a lot further. You're going to have to go really, really far away. In the world I'm in, I had to go 9,500 blocks to find a new Woodland Mansion. And once I found them, the first thing I discovered is that allays have, I think they have ADHD. Or they're just very, very busybodies. They don't follow you very well. They zigzag all over the place, constantly trying to find the little items that they're supposed to be picking up. Because, of course, in order to tame them, to get them to follow you, you have to give them an item. The minute that you give them an item, that's all they want to do, is look for that item. Okay, the other problem is that they don't teleport the way that cats and dogs do. You know, cats and dogs, you can go far away and they'll eventually teleport to you. So that's a huge plus. So how do you transport them? Well, of course, one way, if you're going to be going great distances, you'll most likely be getting into a boat at one point, right? Well, because they zigzag, because they got ADHD, if you go too fast, you're going to lose them. And you know what that means. It's going to take a long time to get them back to your home base. 9,500 blocks, yep. Going this slow. Very, very slowly. Constantly looking backwards. You can see, look at that one guy there so far back. See, he's just hanging out. You know, he has a red carpet. He's looking for other red carpets. One time when I was on another world, I gave them a piece of kelp. Oh, Lordy, I lost that guy so quickly because all he was doing was finding little broken pieces of kelp. You don't want to give them anything that has to do with the ocean. Okay, so once you're on land, the next problem is that they get stuck. Even though you're just walking, or even running, walking, they get stuck behind the trees. Besides the fact that they are constantly wandering off. So even though you're going slower, you can still lose them. I mean, understand that when I showed you that Woodland Mansion bit, little part at the beginning, I started off with about 14 of these allays, and I think at this point I'm down to 9. Yeah, see how they're just going off into the distance over there, just wandering off. Yeah, but the problem is if you try to chase them down, guess what happens? All the rest of them follow you. So you can't chase them down. See the dog? The dog stays right there with me. Okay. So remember I said 9,500 blocks? Yep. So therefore, I had to walk really, really slowly for about 5,000 blocks. I used the boat a few times, but most of this ended up being either ice or land or a waterfall. The cool thing is I came across lots of new, cool discoveries, like a zombie village. So that was my first time to see one of those. I think I also encountered every variety of rabbit. Got to see those ice spires. That was kind of cool. And just all the frozen land here, which means I do want to complete, my working on a ice tunnel. Now I know where to come and get all the ice. So this just went on and on and on. Every single time, just constant, especially, whenever you go through the more open areas, actually going through the ice areas was pretty easy. They didn't really get stuck behind anything, but once I enter, especially the dark oak forest and the spruce forest, the podzol one, whatever, that gets really dense and they really get stuck behind them. Okay, so here's my little boat dock, which puts me about 4,000 blocks away from my home base. And so that's just how to get through using a boat and the forest. But when I first started off, I tried this Woodland Mansion was it was like on top of a snowy mountain. I came in through the underneath. So I came across the first problem here, which was incredibly frustrating. How do I get these Allays to follow me into a tunnel? Now, if you can see here, see the floor of the mansion is right above me. One thing I was figuring out real quickly is that they will follow you above. It's like, I think that they can sense you through maybe about 10 blocks or so. I don't know exactly how many, maybe as many as 15 blocks. They can sense you through it, so they will follow you if possible. So it doesn't help if you're in a woodland mansion, because then they won't be able to get out. And then you lose them. Just in this first part here, I think I lost 3 of the Allays, if not 4. You could look at that. So it's because I'll show you in a little bit here. They like to go upwards. So anytime there's a place for them to go up, if you don't get down fast enough, then they will go upwards. Okay, so I just ended up just taking out the floor there, thinking that might work. And yes, I have edited this video. It actually took a whole lot longer trying to figure out a solution. And that's what I ended up doing, was just busting out the floor. Okay, then I was like, okay, got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was like, okay, nope. Okay. Then I had to go down deeper. This actually ended up working okay, because you get down deep enough to a point where they can no longer follow above, and so therefore they go down. And this, I think I went downwards probably about, so from the floor of the mansion, this was probably about at least 25 blocks down. Okay. And you could see they end up just following, even though I didn't wait for them initially, they ended up all following me. So how many do I have now? 1, 2. I think I ended up here with about 9 of them. Okay, do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's 9, maybe 10. Did you see how they went up those? Those weren't really stairs to anywhere. there was no opening, but they still went up. Okay, here's another tunnel. This one's at the kind of towards the top of a mountain, of a snowy mountain, but because I did not have leather boots, I tunneled through. And I decided, you know what? Let's just go all the way through and see what happens. And they did. They only like 2 of them came through the tunnel. The rest of them, do you see that? They came over the top of the mountain, but it's only about 10 to 15 blocks up. Okay, here's another one that's going under a mountain. Okay, started off with about 8, I think. But 2 immediately got stuck. And I ended up going back to get them. Which, that's a good thing. If they get stuck in a place where they're not going to keep moving around, it's easy enough to find them. You can just go back to where you think you lost them. Like, I could go back to the Woodland Mansion, and about 4 of them would still be in there. Now, I was worried at first because remember with the boat, how I kept losing them? Well, it turns out this is my horse, Joe, and he's pretty fast. He's the fastest one I have. I mean, he's faster. He's very fast. And on that short bit of tunnel, I did not lose any. Okay, here. This became the biggest pain in the ass. This, again, the problem is that it's not deep enough. It's only about 10 blocks deep. So they don't come down because they think that they can still follow me above the ground. That's okay until you hit a mountain, which ends up being, 20, 25 blocks above your head, at which point I discovered I lost a whole bunch of them. So I had to go back, try to find them. I mean, look at this. It's just like back and forth, trying to get them down. And yeah, the word is lead. If I only had the one lead with me for my horse, yes, a lead would help, but you need a lead for all of them. So anyway, I was here for quite a bit trying to figure out how to make this work. And because they would start going down the tunnel. So I thought, okay, let me just run the horse. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And at that point, I should have just been happy with 4 and just kept going. But I was being greedy. Wait, I don't even know if that was 4. Oh, it's just 3. Never mind. And remember I said they won't stay put. If you go backwards, the ones that you just managed to get down to the tunnel, now they're going to probably go back up into the opening. Oh, wait. Why? See, that's what I don't understand. Oh, that's right. That's why I discovered that I did have extra leads. I think they were in my, what's it called? The skulker box, whatever. Okay, so at this point, I started capturing a few of them. Okay, so I knew I had 2. And I was backing up, seeing, but again, it's very difficult to get them into a tunnel system. The great thing about the tunnel is once they're in the tunnel, you can go faster because you don't have all the obstructions and all that, right? Okay, I'm trying to get them in. You don't have all the trees in the way, the mountains, all that. Once you can get them into a tunnel, it's easy. Ha! Until you come across some other problems, which you will see once I get going in this tunnel. Okay, I think I'm about to get him. Okay, finally got him. So I got 3 on the leads, but that's all I have. I only had 3 leads. Again, hindsight. Okay. I should have just been happy with the 3, right? Wait. one just went past me. Okay, I'm trying to keep my horse Joe from going out because he's very feisty. Now that his lead is being used for the Allay, I had to keep him from, because he would keep going out also. And so I had to go out to get him, and all the Allays would follow me. So, okay, now I'm trying to just figure out this new strategy of just blocking the men with me. While I'm doing this, I'll also kind of give a side note, is that the minute that you breed the Allay, the minute that you give them an item, you need to drop a few of those items in front of them, because that locks them in and prevents them from despawning. That way, if you do lose them, you can go back and find them. If you haven't done that, they'll probably be gone by the time you go back. Hey, come on, guy. They're so funny, though. They are very cute. Okay, come on, come on, come on. No. Wait, where'd he go? No. Okay, don't. Yeah, I'm trying to keep him here, because I ran out of leads. Okay, so there's one there. Get rid of that. And we got the 3 there. It's kind of a mess. There's got to be... I think the easiest way, obviously, to get them into the tunnel would be to bring lots of leads. There's also the fact that... trying to get this many when they're so easy to breed. It's not a good thing. Okay, so one more just came in. So now I have 5. And you know what? I'm just going to stick with 5. Okay, there's that one. He's still sitting there. He's got 1, 2... Yeah, so I'm just going to leave that thing blocked up there. Get on Joe, horse. Okay, now we're going to go. You can see that I did not go well prepared. And that's what I'm saying, that if you got to go long distances, take as many leads as you can if you're determined to bring back lots of Allays. Okay. Okay, this is where I screwed up big time. Do you see the one back there just kind of lingering? Oh, did you see how he suddenly disappeared? I was trying to figure out here what just happened. And they're all just... And this is where I really remember. Remember when I said don't chase them down? Well, yeah, that was my reaction. No, did you just see they all went up?
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
And here I am panicking.
Oh, shit. It's not open to the outside.
I just lost all of them. Remember I said they like to go up? Remember the stairs that they went up before? But this time the stairs actually opened to the outside. They don't like being in the tunnel. They really do not like being in the tunnel. So I thought I could just run my horse along here. Okay, there's one. And I mean, I know in the back of my head that you can breed one, but I thought I would bring back as many as possible so I didn't have to use up all my amethyst shards. Okay, so I had one. I then went back for the other ones that I lost. Traveled all the way back down the tunnel. There's the first one. I mean, there was just one little tiny hole and they all ran out. And there you go. You can see them. And I decided, you know what? There's no way I'm going to get them back in the tunnel. At this point, I am about, I don't know, 2,500, maybe as many as 3,000 blocks from home. So I'll walk all the way back. Ran all the way back, more or less. Through forests and swamps and birch forests. Again and again and again. And constantly losing them in the trees, having to constantly check and stop. Until finally,
Home sweet home.
I made it. I went back for my dog, Joe Horse, and the one that was on the lead. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to experiment running through the tunnel with just one on the lead. Once I can find him, where'd he go? And, you know, before I took him off the lead, I blocked off another stairway that was right there. Okay, come here. Okay, remember I said Joe Horse is definitely the fastest horse in this game. And I'm not going very fast right now because I'm still... Okay, he's still attached to the lead. It's not too fast yet. Okay, he's still there. And I'm going full force on Joe Horse. Not as fast, obviously, as a boat. And I was going. Everything was good. Everything was good until... Bam. I turned around. I was like, wait, what? I suddenly realized that he was off of the lead. The lead had broken. Leads are weird in Minecraft. They're like rubber bands. So they can get stretched and they pop and snap and fall off. Okay, now do you see how I do have these little obstructions? I have these chests. And bam, look, right there at that little fence post that was sticking out, remnant from when I was building the tunnel. The only time that lead, I came quite a few, about at least 2,000 blocks or so before it suddenly got snapped and it was on the fence post. Now, I had passed a lot of chests and things like that. That did not seem to bother it, but it was the fence post. That was, I think, the first fence post. Okay, so another strategy here. Okay, ice tunnel. Let's see if this works. So I thought I'll just get in and see if this is going to be too fast. I don't have any fence posts in here. Okay, so I'm going pretty fast here. Okay, let's turn around, see if he's still there. Sometimes you can just hear them. Okay. Of course, spinning around and trying to get straight again is almost impossible on the ice. Okay, now I'm going really fast. For quite a distance. Okay, stop again. Oh, and the lead broke. And you know what? Okay, but he's still following. Okay, do you see how I went really far, really fast, and he was able to keep up with me? Okay, did you see I just picked up the lead? You know what? See how I have a block every other thing? I think that the lead got stuck. Again, there's the obstruction right there. So do you know what the best solution is with boats? Is that you only get one allay. You drop their little item next to the boat. They'll end up in the boat. Just put them in the dang boat. You will never lose them. Look at this. bam, I just went, 2,500 blocks or so. And he's still there. He's all happy. So that's what you gotta do. Just take one. And when you get back, play the jukebox and give one of them an amethyst shard. So you just hit them with the little shard while they're dancing. Go give him an item to tame him. And remember, like I said, throw a few of the items down. So pick it up, and that way they will not despawn. And they'll give it right back to you. So I hope you liked this video. It was a little bit on the long side, but it was just showing you how I figured out what to do. And one thing you can't do is you can't take a dog with you, because the dog and the Allay will keep getting into the boat. If they keep getting into the boat, you won't be able to fit.